and welcome to Art Alive Theatre. This week, we're focusing on comedy. A couple of weeks ago, Trev Fleming gave a brilliant performance at 81 Rancho Street, improvising 300 scenes, using 300 characters, this in 300 minutes. We met the comedian on the day, who told us how and why he created this show.
300 is a show designed to raise some money for Northwest Cancer Research. I will be portraying 300 characters in 300 scenes using 300 words given to me by the audience. So, for example, if the suggestion is cheese, I would make up a character and a scenario based on cheese. That will go on for a minute or so. Then the moderator who we have on the mic would call next and say the next word, which might be incense. And then I'll do a scene about that, and that gets repeated 298 more times, and it'll be a word a minute for about 6 hours. That's how long the show will last in total. It'll be 6 50-minute slots, and hopefully the audience will have a good time.
How did you come up with this idea?
I was performing at a local cabaret called Embryo, and the idea is to do new work, and I needed to fill 10 minutes of material, and so I came up with the idea of doing a character a minute for the 10 minutes, and that went quite well. I've done it a few times at various gigs, and then I was on a night out with a friend of mine who works for Northwest Cancer Research, and I thought what a great idea it would be to do many hundreds of characters for charity. I originally came up with doing 500 characters, but as many people said, that's insane. So we rounded it down to 300 because it's a nice round number. And so that's where, again, it's just taken a little while to get it organised, and here we are today.
It is improvisation, but do you prepare a little bit for it before?
The only preparation I do is things that any actor would do, just vocal warm-up, physical warm-up, that sort of thing. With improv, you hone the skills that you have rather than practice what you're going to do. It's like a game of football. No two games of football are the same, but the general rules. You know that a ball will be kicked up and down, and that overpaid people with stupid haircuts will fall over a lot. Very much the same in improv, only without any money and much more ridiculous haircuts. We sort of know roughly how the game is supposed to be played, but we don't know exactly what the score will be.
Sausages.
Sorry, Mr. Cameron. You do the scene, whatever it is. You hear the word, you hear it next, and you just sort of go into neutral. So just wait. Okay, what's the next one? Right, and you have to react more than what can I do? You don't want your brain to be overthinking. You just want to have it naturally flow into whatever it is. Just let it come. That's the secret with a lot of improv, or almost all improv, is try not to think too much, because your brain will get in the way.
Beyond.
Captain!
Yes, my son?
We've reached the edge, sir.
The edge?
Of the world.
How's that possible?
Well, we are sailing in the 1400s.
Yes, true, but I thought we were going around the Isle of Man and back.
We are.
So the end of the world is just beyond the Isle of Man?
Well, some might say the end of the world is the Isle of Man.
I've been at sea for 25 years and I'm getting bloody tired, I don't mind telling you.
I've been at sea for nigh on 40 years. I'm terribly tired.
Why are you still an ensign?
Generally, it's just start with a character or start with a funny voice or something like that, and let the scene flow from that. If I heard the word sofa, don't know why I thought of that, I wouldn't instantly think, right, what can I do about a sofa? Who do I know? That process, it's a lot more natural and a lot more organic than that. It's not... The process is very difficult to explain. It is just, if you said sofa, I come back with whatever. It's like, the word association game. It's like that on a much grander level. You try not to give yourself any time to think. It's like, as Obi-Wan Kenobi says, let go your conscious self and rely on instinct.
You don't have any idea of characters already?
Nope, got no idea. I'm trying not to plan stuff. Words keep popping into my head, and I keep going off on a tangent with them, but that's the wrong thing to do. It's all about, improv is about accepting and building. So I'm accepting the offer that the audience gives me. Say, I don't know, it could be concrete, and I have to do a character based on the word concrete, whatever that might be. So it's all, there's no planning, just preparation, I suppose is the best way to put that.
Do you have a break at some point? Between...
Yes. There's the show split up into 6 50-minute chunks. So it starts at 4 o'clock and it'll go to 4:50. Quick break. Audience can get a drink, go to the loo, and myself as well. And then we start it again at exactly 5 o'clock. Because if we sort of go over time on anything, it'll have a very serious knock-on effect. So we need to be very strict with the timings.
This is the first time in the UK that something like that is done, is it?
As far as I know, it's the first time in the world that something like this has been done. I did want to try and get it done for the Guinness Book of Records, but Guinness don't recognise improvisation in any of their record attempts. It is an unofficial world record attempt for most characters portrayed in an improvisation performance. Unofficial.
Are you going to do this only in Liverpool, or do you plan to do it, like, I don't know, maybe go somewhere else and keep on doing that after?
I'll probably do a shorter version of the maybe like a 60-minute thing, or this might be a stepping stone to devise a one-man show or something like that. I don't think I'll do the 300 characters again unless there's a very, very good cause. This is an amazing cause that I'm doing it for now, but I think once a year is enough for now. But I'll always be doing improv all year round. So I will be doing the very first character and the very last character on my own, just as a little bookend. But throughout the show, people from Impropriety CIC will be helping me be as scene partners and sort of sounding boards. It's very difficult to improv solo. So that's why having scene partners who you can accept from, who can give you offers, who you can give offers to, is very important. And I'm lucky to have some of the best improvisers in the UK with me. There's, I think, 6 other people. But they'll be helping me out. I'll be the only one insane enough to do the full 300. So it's going to be fun.
You told us it's for a charity. Can you tell us a bit about it?
It's for Northwest Cancer Research. It's based here in Liverpool. The charity, it's one of the leading cancer charities in the UK, and they do an amazing amount of work. They incorporate Clatterbridge Cancer Research Facility as well. And a lot of it is, there's the research element, there's also the awareness element. It's just, especially among guys, and especially testicular cancer, as I like to say, check yourself before you wreck yourself. And just sort of getting the word out there, and they're all about prevention is better than cure. So lads, have a check it. Yeah, have a good old rummage around. Well, cancer in general is a horrible thing, and if we plow enough money into it, we can stop it. It's also raised a bit of awareness as well. Lots of people don't want to go to the doctor. Oh, I don't want to worry him. But if it's just trying to raise a bit of awareness, if you've got a cough, go to the doctor. And also both my parents passed away from cancer. My mother when I was 7, going on 8, and my dad when I was 22. So, and yeah, I've done little bits and pieces of fundraising in the past, but nothing major. So this is the chance to sort of repay my parents for the love and support they gave me before they passed.
Honest.
Money place for the baby. Money place for the baby. They don't know I don't have baby. Money place, baby, very, very sick. Very sick, baby. Baby not sick, baby not real. Money place, money place. But still, more honest than people in government, no. Money place, please the money. Please, baby sick, baby no eyes. Baby have eyes, but baby is fake anyway, so could have eyes, could have 9 eyes. But baby has 9 eyes. Baby has 9 eyes. Poor radioactive baby from Chernobyl.
So the people who are going to come this afternoon, the money's going to go for it?
Yeah, every single penny of profit. We've had minimal costs on this, so it all goes towards Northwest Cancer Research. As well as the show, I've had a Just Giving page, and the goal was to raise £300 in total between that and the show, and just on the giving page alone, we've had £267. So we only need 11 people to show up today, and hey, hoping to get a few more than 11 though.
Or, and a little heart.
Here I stand, the first person to reach El Dorado, the fabled city of gold, untouched by human hand since... Who the hell are you? Stop touching El Dorado! What are you doing?
Been here for about a week.
What?
Just been here touching all the goals.
I've been on a sail ship for the last 3 years. I finally just... How did you get here?
Coach.
But... Barry was here.
Join us after the break to find out about Hooha Comedy, a local group performing stand-up. Welcome back to Art Alive Theatre. This week we celebrate comedy, so we went to meet one of Liverpool's stand-up team, Hooha Comedy, during one of their gigs.
Right, do you want to hear, I've got the guitar here. Would anyone like to hear the guitar? Would you like to be able to play a tune there? Might see what we can do here. Right, this song I'm going to play for you now, it was actually written by a good friend of mine. He wrote this song and he sadly died, so it is sad, kind of an R. Oh. Yeah. He sadly died, he wrote this song and I thought, well, I want to play this because it was the last thing he did. And it's called I'm Gonna Live Forever. So, the show tonight is going to consist of 6 comedians, so obviously they're invites, new comedians, some new, some not so new, and we're going to have a process where we have 2 comedians to start the night, a break, 2 comedians, and then a break, and then 2 comedians. Is that right? 6? Yeah, 6. Hooha Comedy has been running for about 12 months now. And we started life out with Sam Avery at with the Comedy Trust, and so we did a comedy course, and obviously the knock-on effect from that was starting up our own night, because it's very difficult to get stage time without having to be involved with a competition where they have a gong on, and so there's pressure. So without the pressure, we invite people along, give them a strong 5 or 10 minutes. And they can run with it and do what they like.
Listen, before I start, I've got to say, I've not been doing this for very long. And as a new actor, I do worry about getting up on stage and looking like a knobhead, really. So I was thinking today, oh, what can I do? How can I make sure that everyone finds the jokes funny, you know, and look like they're having a good time? So I considered doing like an interactive set where I could start the jokes off and you can just make up your own punchlines, you know, just in your head, no need to tell me. Just laugh out loud if they're funny, you know, create a good atmosphere, like you're having a fucking good time while I'm up here. You know, that's all I'm asking, it's not too much, is it?
How do you prepare for that?
It's no preparation whatsoever. No, absolutely. It's crafted. It's not really. I've given away all my secrets. When I go to bed is when I come up with my best ideas. Because I dream about being on stage. Sounds lame, doesn't it? I dream about being on stage and I'd come up with gags that way. Or my children, because I've got 2 young boys. They're not at home, locked in my garage. I've got 2 young sons at home, locked in my garage. No, so I can't help myself, you see. So, I don't know, I just come up with ideas and I'll record them on my phone and I'll write them down. And they're just everyday things that might occur to me or that I find funny. Because if you find it funny, then do it.
So, I just got back from Australia recently and it's the summer over there at the moment. So, whilst it's the summer, I thought I'd try a bit of old-timey kind of summer fun. So I decided to go skinny dipping. Unfortunately, now I am on the sex offenders register. To be fair, it was in a paddling pool, in a neighbour's garden, during a child's birthday party. It's funny going out to Australia because you got to do like a long haul flight. Has anyone been to Australia before, by the way?
Yeah.
Anyone been?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where'd you go? Where'd you get to?
Sydney.
Sorry, I'm not bothered. Yeah, so I mean, obviously you've done the whole long haul flight thing, obviously, to get there, yeah. It's funny, isn't it, the long haul flights, because sometimes you get to sit next to a stranger. Did you? Yeah, I like sitting next to strangers because you get to see something you wouldn't see before, which is a stranger slowly fall asleep and then wake up the most scared they've ever been in their lives. Oh, she's going. Christ, where am I? Yeah, another thing I think is strange about the long haul flight experience is they give you a hot towel. And I think it's all about them trying to make you feel more comfortable and more at home. Like, I mean, I don't know what you guys do at home. But, you know, when I've had a hard and stressful day, I don't think, let's boil up a towel.
Can you tell us a bit about Hooha Comedy?
Yeah, it was set up after we did the Liverpool Comedy Trust comedy course. And a few of us decided that we'd set Hooha up because we wanted gigs, we wanted to be able to get stage time. And it was just to give us stage time and also to give new comedians time to have time at the mic, really, and to get confidence in a friendly atmosphere. So that was the theory behind it.
So it's a kind of community?
It is, yeah. I mean, hopefully, we hope it's quite friendly and it's quite welcoming for people. And that's the intention behind it. And obviously to entertain the people who come and watch us as well. So it's best of both worlds, really.
So what kind of shows do you do?
It's all basically stand-up at the moment, but it's various types of stand-up. So there's some quite traditional, some storytelling, some people obviously one-liners. So we're all very different, and the people that we invite tend to have different styles, but it's basically a stand-up show.
How many of you in the team?
There's 3 or 4 of us now that actually in the team itself. But we have people coming in and out, and we invite people, and we've got more and more people now that have expressed an interest on having stage time with us. So they come and they take part. So it's kind of just we are a big community, but there's like a nucleus of people that are in charge of dealing with the day-to-day things, really.
And is there a particular style, of comedy? I know there's plenty of ways to make love people, so how...
We're all to be honest, like I say, we're all very different. Some of us are more gentle comedy and more kind of traditional. Some of us a bit more, I don't know, but in your face, for want of a better word. So it is all very different. And that's good, really, because it means there's something for everyone when they come to the show, hopefully. So it's a real spread, really, of different types of comedy. Well, we've got people like Rob Mitchell's on, we've got people like Tom Little, myself, obviously I'm on. So we've got like Darren Partington, and Jonathan Murray. So we have we've got like a big, we're all very different, is the thing I'm trying to put it. And we try and do that because Obviously, it's not as good if you've got everybody who does like the same comedy all the time. We try and get like people who have very different styles.
Well, listen, don't get me wrong, you know, I adore my kids. I can honestly say they've really grown on me over the years. But they're going through a phase at the moment, and if you've got kids, you'll know what I mean. It's like they want to know the answers to all of life's great mysteries. And to be honest, I'm just getting a bit sick of the bloody questions all the time. You know, things like, Daddy, where do we go when we die? Does God really exist? Why do people around the world keep bombing each other in the name of religion? And what's the story in Balamory?
Like I say, I've said to you that like some of it's storytelling, very much like kind of story, and some of it's like one-liners, so really snappy, no snappy jokes. Some of it's, like I say, a bit more traditional, and some of it's a bit more risque, should we say, maybe? I don't know. So, like I say, there's something for every taste, but it's basically stand-up, so it is basically people on the stage making people laugh, hopefully, and like usually we get quite a good reaction from the crowd, so people enjoy it.
How do you work on that? Is it improvisation or is it prepared before?
We do actually plan most of it's planned. I mean, but obviously some of it there is improvisation there as well, because we tend to interact with the crowd as well, especially when someone's emceeing. They tend to interact with the crowd quite a lot. So there is a certain amount of improvisation, but there's obviously a certain amount of planning, and we all write our own material. So, and that we try and incorporate new material into most shows that we do. So there's something different when people come each time.
Okay. Can you tell us about your future project? I believe there's something happening in May.
There is, yeah. We've actually got a gig here on the 12th of May. It's always like 7:30 start, and it's obviously it's £2 on the door to come in. And it's a really good night, you know, for people, and it's quite obviously it's in the centre of town, so it's handy for everyone to get to. And people do enjoy it, and it's a friendly atmosphere. And hopefully it's quite an intimate atmosphere as well, so it's quite nice and comfy for people as well to come and just watch comedy and enjoy themselves, really.
Another weird sign that I saw in Australia was in a bathroom in Queensland, and it said in massive letters, "Please refrain from standing on the toilet seat," because apparently that's a thing.
That's all for Arts Alive Theatre. See you next time.